Hello, Open Spokes. It is Monday, July 22nd. I'm Galit, and I am so glad to be back. It has been a long time since I have vlogged, but I am back and ready to go. I'm sitting in my backyard in Surrey, British Columbia. It is a gorgeous sunny day out and about probably 28 degrees or so. So I spent yesterday watching all of the vlogs on this week's topic and really enjoyed them all. Thank you so much for sharing, everyone. Sherry, I think I could probably just echo everything you say and say ditto and be done with it. Ben the same, and Joe and everybody's. I could just be like, yep, ditto. Brendan, everything you said. So instead, I will recap my favorite parts of each of yours and maybe add a little story of my own. So, Sherry, you talked a lot about giving um, kids time to use their imagination and how creativity was really important to you and fostering a sense of curiosity. And I couldn't agree more. And I just love the stories of you talking about your own children and playing imagination games with them. And I just think that's so beautiful. That is super important to me as well. And I really try to give my students time to be creative, to use their imaginations, and to really, really develop that sense of curiosity, to celebrate their wonders and give them time to explore them. And we do that through Genius Hour. So I totally agree with you. I think that is so, so important in education. And it really makes me sad that it's not a bigger part of education, really. Joe, you talked about how learning doesn't have to be on a timeline and we don't have to be great at everything. And instead, it's more about finding your passions and working on those. And I couldn't agree more. And just like I said before, right, that's why I think Genius Hour is so important. And giving kids time to create their own projects is so important. Letting them do things in a way that is interesting for them. So if a kid is really into making movies, why not let them do their project in the form of a documentary or a movie? And if another kid is really into music, why not let them explore writing a song about whatever it is we're learning or something like that, right? Obviously, the kids are better at finding examples of these than I am. Brendan, you talked firstly about literacy and how important it was for students to be able to read and write, of course, those hard skills before you can get into the soft skills. And totally agree, our students, of course, need to be able to be good readers and be literate. And that then paves the way for spending time on all the soft skills, which I agree with you are so, so important. Learning to be a good citizen and what that means. That's actually probably my favorite part of teaching is when I get to spend time with the students talking about those real life things. That is where I probably get the most joy in my job. And that brings me to Ben's video then. And Ben's really touched me. He talked a lot about how it was important for him to teach his own children. And congratulations, Ben, on having your third on the way. That's fabulous news. But you talked about how it was important for you to teach your kids to not be afraid, to try new things, and have a fearlessness about it. And it rang just particularly true for me and just really familiar in what I'm doing right now in switching jobs. On the last day of school, my students were crying and asking me, Mrs. V, why do you have to go? Why are you leaving here? Why are you going to go teach grown-ups at Simon Fraser University? And they were so sweet about it. But there was a genuine confusion, I think, on their part as to why I would leave them. And so I thought about it for a minute, and my answer to them was that really, like, I can't stay where I am because there is more I want to do in education. And as much as I love them and I love teaching them, and I'm so happy to be a teacher, and I love my job, and I love the kids, but I want to see education change a little bit. I do think we need to spend more time giving kids opportunities to be creative and to use their imagination and all of these things that we just talked about. And I don't see it enough in the curriculum. I don't see it enough when I visit classrooms. And so I tell them, I told the kids the truth that I'm afraid to switch jobs. I don't want to leave them. It makes me extremely sad to think about it, but that I can't be afraid. I have to go out and do what I think is right. And I think it is right. I am passionate about making a change in education. And if that is something that I'm passionate about, I cannot let fear stop me from trying new things if it might help, if that is the way to go about it, if that will bring about education change, if that is the way to get Genius Hour into the classroom of more and more students, or passion-based learning, or creativity, or inquiry-based learning, whatever it is that you want to call it. If I believe we need more of that, then it's my job to go out and do something about it. And if I just stay where I'm comfortable, which is with all of them, then I will never actually make change. And so I hope that I taught all of them that lesson on the last day of school, that you can't let fear hold you back, that you have to sometimes do things that are uncomfortable or different if you are passionate about something. I hope that that makes sense. Thank you, Ben, for bringing that up. Thank you, Sherry and Joe and Brendan, for all of your thoughts. And I look forward to hearing from you and the rest of the Open Spokes and everyone else. Please feel free to comment and join in the conversation. You don't have to be an Open Spoke to comment below. We want to hear from all of you. Have a wonderful summer, and we'll talk to you soon.